How do you build a skyscraper only 57 feet wide and 1,428 feet tall? How is this even possible?
Wait, that yellow taxi is exactly as wide as the 1,428-foot skyscraper next to it. That 800-ton steel weight is swinging right now because the wind is trying to snap this tower. They deliberately left entire floors completely empty, just so the wind can blast straight through. Look straight down. There is nothing but a terrifying drop to the Manhattan pavement below. 200 steel anchors are drilled into bedrock. They don't hold it up, they pull it down. "7 years. A gap between buildings. The world's thinnest skyscraper. This is how it happens." Everyone else gets a clean site. They get an immovable 90-year-old landmark in the way.
They cannot touch one stone of it.
The only buildable land sits in a 57-foot strip. That strip becomes the world's thinnest skyscraper.
A 1:24 slenderness ratio means wind doesn't push this building. It tries to flip it over.
57th Street is a wind tunnel between two avenues. Steinway Tower sits in the barrel.
Anchors hold it down, shear walls hold it up, the damper kills the shaking.
They pay $131 million for empty air above someone else's roof. That is New York City.
The shovel hits the ground 12 inches away, a fragile 90-year-old landmark. This is the danger.
Under every building in Midtown Manhattan, solid bedrock. The drill is fighting through 30 feet of it.
They demolish everything to within 1 foot of that limestone facade. 1 foot, not one more. But there is one massive problem. Steinway Hall's 90-year-old footings sit directly in the foundation zone. The excavator swings in a 57-foot site with a 90-year-old landmark 12 inches from its bucket. That rebar cage is 100 feet long. They lower it into the ground hole, then pour concrete.
Every caisson here carries the load of 20 normal ones. The site is too narrow.
Wait until you hear this. These anchors don't hold it up, they hold it down. The drill just hits a fracture in the bedrock. The anchor is off alignment. The grout won't hold. The building tries to lift. The rock says no. That is the entire system.
£14,000 per square inch concrete, 4 times stronger than normal. The only mix strong enough for a 57-foot skyscraper.
The drill just hits a fracture in the bedrock. The anchor is off alignment. The grout won't hold.
36 inches at the bottom, 16 at the top. Wind moment is biggest at the base.
The formwork is cracking under £14,000 per square inch fresh concrete. If that panel blows, the pour stops forever.
Pour plus 2 shear walls equals 1 giant I-beam, 57 feet wide. That is it.
The concrete gets weaker as the building rises, because the wind forces do too. Every floor calculated. Walk 1 block north and this 1,000-foot tower disappears. It is so thin it hides behind buildings.
.8-inch lean at floor 22. On a 57-foot tower that compounds floor by floor. Correct it now.
Two lifts, 0.4 inches south each time. The wall is straight again by floor 25. Crisis over. £14,000 per square inch concrete, 4 times stronger than normal. The only mix strong enough for a 57-foot skyscraper.
April 2019. The concrete tops out at floor 85. A 57-foot blade now visible from New Jersey.
.1 inches of deviation over 435 meters. On a 57-foot wide building, that is the limit of precision.
Floor 36, 14,000 PSI, 4 meters deep, 1 shot. You cannot fix an outrigger wall twice.
A 200-ton steel truss is spinning in the wind above Manhattan. 4 ironworkers catch it by hand. Misalignment, 0.6 inches. Bolt rejected. Slotted holes take the 0.6 inch offset. Torque to 880 foot-pounds. Accepted.
Every wind force from 60 floors above passes through this one truss.
The spire is an aircraft navigation reference. The FAA requires it at this exact height and position.
"14 elevators in a 57-foot wide tower. 2 of them open directly into the apartment. No corridor, ever." Every other super tall on this street is glass. Shop chooses terracotta and bronze on purpose. The clay goes in gray. The kiln fires at 1100 degrees Celsius. The terracotta comes out golden. Peven setbacks, 7 unique edge profiles. Not one of them exists in any terracotta catalog anywhere. Seven new extrusion dies, 500 sample panels each, 0.5 millimeter tolerance, made only for this building.
Quarter-turn lock. That panel is now permanently attached to a 1,428-foot skyscraper, forever.
The setbacks make the building disappear into the sky. Look up. Watch it dissolve. The bronze panels between the terracotta are hand-finished at a Brooklyn foundry for this one building. The north face is perfectly straight, no setbacks, no steps. One unbroken plane from street to sky. Galvanic corrosion at floor 45. Bronze meets aluminum, 2 dissimilar metals reacting. The connection is failing.
Neoprene washer between every bronze and aluminum contact breaks the galvanic circuit. Corrosion stops.
No north or south cladding on the mechanical floor. Wind hits it and goes right through.
Those terracotta fins make a 57-foot building look even thinner. Shadow creates the illusion.
A door just ripped from a worker's hands on floor 40. The building is a chimney. This building acts like a chimney.
Pressure at the top tries to blow every door off. 100 pascals of air pressure. "120 Pascal rated closes. Lobby pressurization system. The doors open with one hand again. Problem solved."
Only between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Meteorologist confirms the window, then the glass goes up. No exceptions.
The pipe at floor 70 just exploded. Pumping water 700 feet high destroys standard pipe. 300 psi at the pump. Six pressure zones. Booster pump every 14 floors. No pump ever exceeds 200 pounds per square inch. The pipes survive. The elevator rail has a 12mm bow from the building swaying. A car hitting this derails. 20 feet per second. Spring-loaded guides absorb 25mm of rail deviation. Active monitoring catches the next one before it matters.
Feel this bow. In a swaying building, the elevator rails must flex constantly. Rigid ones break, always.
The crane that built this building is now trapped on the roof. No way down. 9 miles from the George Washington Bridge, you can see this 57-foot needle against the sky. Incredible.